Every day, billions of people send emails, stream videos, make calls, and almost all of it travels through the same thing: a cable on the ocean floor. Thinner than a garden hose, carrying 99% of the world's internet traffic through glass fibers the width of a human hair. You already knew that part. But here's what nobody told you. Those same cables, the ones running Netflix to your TV right now, can feel earthquakes happening thousands of miles away. And scientists think they might be the most powerful early warning system ever built. Nobody planned this. Nobody designed it this way. It was an accident. Let me explain. First, how does the internet cable actually work? The cable networks work through lasers that send pulses of information through glass fibers at rates faster than 200,000 kilometers per second. 200,000 kilometers per second. You send a message from New York to London. It arrives before you finish blinking. Now, here's the key thing. To transfer as much information as possible, operators monitor the polarization of the light traveling within the fibers. Think of polarization like the orientation of light waves. Normally, in the deep ocean, it stays perfectly stable. The temperature never changes. Nothing disturbs it. For weeks at a time, completely flat, completely predictable. Until one day, it wasn't. Here's where the accidental discovery happened. In late 2019, Google engineers began monitoring the polarization on one of their global submarine cables. For several weeks, nothing happened. The ocean floor was completely quiet. The polarization spiked, dramatically, suddenly, out of nowhere. The engineers checked the data. A magnitude 7.7 earthquake had struck off the coast of Jamaica, 1,500 kilometers away from the closest point of the cable. The engineers realized something extraordinary. The cable wasn't just carrying the internet, it was listening to the planet. So how does this actually save lives? Right now, when an offshore earthquake strikes, it takes precious minutes for land-based detectors to pick it up. But if a fiber optic cable is near the epicenter, it can detect the vibrations almost instantly and send a warning much earlier. Researchers in Monterey Bay, California, have already demonstrated this in real earthquake warning networks. Even a few extra seconds can help stop trains, shut down critical systems, and warn coastal communities. And one cable can act like thousands of sensors spread across the ocean floor. But here's the part that genuinely blew my mind. 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water, yet most seismic stations are on land because placing sensors on the seafloor is difficult and expensive, which means a huge portion of earthquake activity has been happening in a blind spot, simply unseen. Forecasting earthquakes on land is already hard, but in the oceans that cover most of the planet, it has been almost impossible. Was impossible, because we already built the solution. And earthquakes are just the beginning. Scientists are now turning these cables into a planetary nervous system, detecting not just earthquakes, but tsunamis, deep ocean temperature changes, underwater volcanic eruptions, and even marine life activity. Yes, even whales. The same cables carrying internet data can also pick up signals from the ocean around them. The UN has already launched initiatives exploring this idea, and countries like Portugal and New Caledonia are pushing for new undersea cables to include built-in environmental sensors on the seafloor. We built this entire system for one reason: faster internet, to move data, stream videos, and reduce buffering. But almost by accident, we created something else: the most sensitive seismic detection network ever built. Around 1.5 million kilometers of undersea cables are already laid, already powered, already working, and they can pick up tiny vibrations across the ocean floor. In a way, the planet has always been sending signals. We just didn't have a way to hear them. And it turns out, we built that listening system without even realizing it.